Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had Bill W, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: 559CO, Ruben, Cornbread Killer, Herb Yuma AZ, CJ Zavala, Coleslaw, EOP Whisper, Las Vegas Flights Live, Shower Shark, on my mama, right? Priya These Nuts, Lockdown 5, Crystal Bond, La Reina, Hernan, Don't Trip, Winston, Alejandro, Trailero 760, Breathing Underwater, El Skid, Hobie Cat, Lead With Love, Albert 12, AI Vega, Esquiel, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Linda, The Retired CO, Armando, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, The Homie Marius, Chauvel 66, Abuelita's Irma, Abuelita's Journey, Gigi, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, there's 160 patrons and climbing. Make sure you hit that link in the description below. You're definitely missing out. This episode right here, man, let's get it cracking. Hector, alcoholic. Yeah, that's the truth, man. Where did it all begin? How did it all start? Today is my sobriety date. 10/31/10. 13 years. That's 1-3. Consecutively. I honestly think I was born an alcoholic from birth. You know, people have different theories, discussions here and there. My personal journey, I believe it's hereditary. My grandfather was an alcoholic in Brawley, and I remember used to see him at the park, and he used to be eating out of the trash can and drinking liquor, probably out of the trash can. And my dad would have to get his money, whatever paycheck he was receiving at the time, and have to get the money and then give it to him in an allowance type because he would just spend it all on booze. Now, this isn't about my grandpa. This is about me. The real first time I got a taste of alcohol was 14, 15 years old. It's probably a freshman, sophomore type. Probably sophomore. Could have been a freshman. Hanging out with my older cousin who I dearly looked up to, still do, at a party. High school party. Kids older than me. Chicks. I would say older than me. Yeah, they were older than me. Chicks in general, man. And it was that Jungle Juice. It was and it was on and cracking from the start, man. I liked the effect it gave me. I liked the attention I was getting. Now, I wasn't getting in trouble and going to jail and fucking wilding out initially, but come my junior, senior year, my drinking had become noticeable to the point where my pops told me, hey, you have two choices. You could live under our roof and follow our rules, or you can get the fuck out of here and go drink with your friends all day long. That fucking choice was easy. It's like later, I'm out. Probably 16. Oh, time to wake up. Son of a bitch. I'd be waking up early. Got the alarm set for 3:30 a.m. But that's what it progressed to. Moving out, choosing alcohol over family. Then didn't even realize it. Then it would just progress. There was a couple times where I would be abstinent from alcohol, but it wasn't really my choice. It was like basic training. Fort Benning, Georgia. Right, there was no alcohol around. Nothing but drill sergeants and fucking Sand Hill. So I stopped. Clearly I stopped. But once I graduated basic training, is like my environment. Hey, here's a beer, Hector. And again, you guys got to understand, I was 18. All of this was underage drinking, which again would be abnormal for me. Now, all my friends were fucking drinking, don't get me wrong, but I was an alcoholic. I just didn't realize it then. Fast forward to Germany. Oh my goodness. The drinking it went to an all-time high. You only had to be 14, 15, 16 years old to go attend a bar in Germany, and that's for like the locals. Well, we were 18, the military, so that was a given. Blacking out, throwing up, pissing my pants. Now, I wasn't getting in trouble with the law at that point. It was mostly just fucking ham, right? Going hard in the paint. Pissing on the carpet, pissing in the sink, disrespecting my roommate. And I apologize for that sincerely. You know, I wasn't a bad person. I was a sick person, come to find out. Breaking people's trust, being selfish. I was funny. I was hilarious, right? But somebody was always at the butt of my jokes, which was not cool. Go to Iraq, come back. Now I'm fucking double screwed with alcoholism and post traumatic stress disorder. That was entirely like pouring a fucking gasoline on a campfire and throwing some bombs in there while you're at it. It turned ugly. It got real bad, man. It got real ugly. It got real dark. Extremely dark. Right? As you can see, my love affair with alcohol had changed. I just kind of hadn't realized it yet. I kind of hadn't put two and two together. I refused. I refused to believe that a substance that would do me good in the beginning had turned on me. Not only that, I didn't have no desire or inclination or know how to stop. Damn, my manager just texted me. Okay, everybody's an early bird today. Actually, where he's at in Florida, it's probably 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Anyhow, you see how busy this is, right? But this is a good type of busy. The same way I used to chase drugs and alcohol is the same way I'm on and cracking right now, right? Except it ain't the connect, right? It ain't the plug saying roll through. Let's start snorting some lines. Holy shit, Hector, snorting some lines? Say it ain't so. Yeah, unfortunately, drugs are a part of my story. They are a part of my story. Now, I don't introduce myself as an addict, but I do have an addictive personality, clearly. With the drinking came the drugs. I'll break it down to you guys if I haven't already. When I came back from Iraq, I was drinking a fifth of vodka a night in my barracks room, alone, no less, weighing 130 pounds. A fifth of Aristocrat vodka, $2.95 a bottle I would buy at the shop at. And then when that wouldn't do the trick, a fifth plus a 12-pack of Coronas. How you like them apples? Every fucking night like clockwork. Didn't skip a beat. Got to the point where I didn't know if I was awake or dreaming, to be honest with you. That's how distorted I was. Come back home, and I mentioned drugs, right? At that point, I didn't give two fucks whether I lived or I died. As a matter of fact, I wanted to die. I wanted to die, I just didn't have the courage to kill myself. Period. Point blank. As ugly and as sad as that fucking sounds, that's the truth. That's my truth. Now, I had dabbled in marijuana in high school. Weed was never really my fucking thing, man. Like I said, drugs, dope was never my thing. That was not it for me. Now, I did it, right? But it's kind of like smoking a cigarette. The hell, Hector? Smoking meth is like smoking a cigarette? The fuck? Brawly. It's everywhere. Anyways, yeah, I don't consider myself a fucking smoker. Uh, I, I would I would eventually get kicked out of my parents' house in El Centro, and no resentment, no hate, no animosity about that. It is what it is, man. I have a child now. I have a daughter. I'll tell you what, though. One thing I learned: if my daughter is anything like me, I will not be giving her an ultimatum. Right? Hey, you can live here, you get the fuck out. If she's anything like me, she's gonna back her bags. I'm gonna be standing there like, oh hell no, I done fucked up. Oh man, right? Son of a bitch. Anyhow, started smoking meth, started snorting meth, started snorting coke, drinking, right? And I was doing all of this just so I could stay up longer to drink more, right? Which kind of had a counter effect because, like, that kind of stuff always hurt my stomach. And this is the first time I'm saying this. Like, it didn't, I wasn't really in the mood. The beers wouldn't go down after a fucking gagger or a fucking, right, couple lines. Um, it just, I don't know, man. I was riding a roller coaster from fucking hell. That's the truth. Destroying my parents, right? Like they're wondering who is this kid? What happened to him? This was 2005, man. Ain't nobody know about PTSD. I never heard of at the time of a 20-year-old alcoholic. Wasn't even old enough to buy beer, and here I am fucking turned up, man. I was always doing the most, right? Yeah, all my friends drank. Majority of them did drugs, but they were not turning it up like I was turning it up, man. I had broke that fucking dial. Part of my alcoholism. Sleeping in my truck from time to time. Sleeping at tweaker pads from time to time. Sleeping at random chicks' houses from time to time. It was chaos. On the outside, it probably looked like I was doing it. Well, like, oh shit, look at Hector. He's wilding out. He's having the best time of his life. But on the inside, I was fucking destroyed, man. I was fucking, like I said, I didn't want to live. I had no desire to live. Whatever the opposite of wanting to live is and actually wanting to die to end the pain, that's where I was at. Had zero hope. No fucking hope. And this path continued and continued and got darker and darker and darker and isolated. Isolated in my room for a whole entire year. Only coming out at night to party. Doing it all over again. Failing to eat on purpose so that the alcohol can hit me harder. Throwing up, then drinking some more. Peeing, then drinking some more. Throwing up, then drinking some more. Waking up in a pile of blood. In a pool of blood from doing coke all night long. I remember that. My fucking hoodie was drenched in blood. And I thank God I never overdosed on any of those uppers. I didn't even think it was possible, but for sure you could probably give yourself a damn heart attack. I didn't even grasp that type of concept. And again, I probably didn't give two fucks. I know I didn't give two fucks. If that was it, let it be. Right? I wasn't appreciative. I wasn't grateful. I wasn't humbled. The matter of fact, I was extremely upset that I did not die in Iraq when my friends had died. I thought, who the hell am I? Why do I get a fucking pass like this? They were cooler. They were greater people than me. They were greater men than me. You know, I'm a fucking piece of shit. Here I am promising everybody the world with absolutely no hopes of delivering. Zero. I knew that. That's called manipulation. That's called fucking narcissism. Ego. And again, I was sick. I wasn't bad. I couldn't fucking stop it. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I felt like I was crazy. I felt like I had lost my mind. I felt like I was the only person in the world experiencing what I was experiencing in my small, dark world. Get arrested one time, 2006. Get arrested second time, 2009. Get arrested a third time, 2010. Crashed my dad's brand new Corolla. Crashed my Toyota Tundra. It was fucking hospital, jails, and institutions, as they say, and death. Right? What they say is fucking true. You're gonna get it. It's gonna come, whether you like it or not. If you're partaking in that type of behavior. 10:31, I crashed my fucking truck, man. Totaled it. Totaled it. Going about 80 miles per hour. How I didn't die is besides me. How I only really ended up with one little tiny scratch on my arm. Literally, less than a paper cut. Is beyond me. And I remember begging and crying. Why can't I just die? Why can't I just die? Are you fucking kidding me? Who the fuck survives a fucking crash, no less, going 80 miles per hour? Again, I didn't intentionally crash my truck. Texting and driving, not paying attention, fucking zoning out. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, I've never really shared this up until today. Timing is everything. CHP were looking for me. They called the prison, telling them I had just got involved in a hit and run, had fled the fucking scene, destroyed all kinds of government property on my way. I will never forget the look on my dad's face, the disappointment, the hurt. He was done. I know my dad. When he's done, he's done. He was done. This is exactly what he told me. I'm going to drive your ass to San Diego. I'm going to drive you to the VA hospital in La Jolla. I'm going to drop you off there. You are never going to call us again. You are not our problem. You are their problem. Do you understand me? Man, and those fucking words hit so damn hard. You know, extremely hard. I just totaled my truck that I had purchased for myself as a gift coming back from Iraq. My fiance at the time was at a wedding in San Bernardino that I purposely did not go to because I told her I had to go to work. And yet here I am acting a fucking fool, damn near killing myself for the fucking 15th time. She was done with me. My job had just received yet another fucking call from the cops telling them this situation. They were just about done with me. My world had fucking folded in on me, right? What do they say? The hand was exposed. I wasn't fucking fooling nobody. I also thank God that my dad didn't drop me off at the VA hospital like he said he would. Because had he dropped me off, had he pulled up to the front and dropped me off, I would have waited till that car left and I would have hopped on some type of bus or walked my ass back to La Mesa or Chula Vista, wherever I was living at the time. For sure. For sure. Because I was so fucking scared. I was like a bewildered fucking animal that was cornered. But he stayed with me. And I walked up to the emergency room and I walked up to the lady and I remember it clear as day. And this is what I told her. Ma'am, I need help. She said, what's wrong? I said, there's something wrong with me. Every time I drink, something bad happens. There's something wrong with me. She's like, go ahead and have a seat and we're going to have somebody see you. They sit in the waiting area. They pulled me into the little doctor's office. They gave me some Ativan to calm me down. Had no idea what the hell Ativan was, but that worked, right? Because my fucking anxiety was through the roof. I didn't even know what anxiety was. I had not been treated for post-traumatic stress disorder, right? I had not had any type of fucking therapy or research done on me. This was 2010. Your boy was like a wild fucking animal that had just gotten fucking, that was it, man. Done. Needless to say, I end up upstairs, 2 South. You don't want to go there. They lock the doors. Right. I went voluntarily. That's when I attended my first AA meeting. Of course, the doors were locked. I couldn't fucking go nowhere. Had nothing but time. I thought to myself, maybe I do have a problem with alcohol. Right? They have those fucking slips. They say answer any of these questions. I answered fucking 12 out of the 13 questions. Yes. The only question I didn't is, do you drink when you're pregnant? Well, clearly that one's a no. But all the other ones, do you drink when you wake up? Yes. Do you drink to black out? Yes. Do you ever skip eating to get drunk? Yes. Have you ever been in trouble with the law as a result of your alcoholism or your alcohol? Yes. You can see the pattern, yet I couldn't wrap my head around it. At my first meeting, there was a individual sharing, and he shared my freaking story. At the time, the dude had approximately 12 years, and I remember that. And I wanted 12 years instantly. That was my type of thinking. I want 20 years now. Now I can't wait. Right? Impulsive. Moderation was not in my vocabulary at all. While I'm in there, they say, hey, man, you'd be a great candidate for our 28-day inpatient rehab. Yeah, let's do this, man. I'm done. I am freaking done. For the first time in my life, I was done. I knew I was done. I had no desire to drink. I just didn't know how to stop. But here I heard somebody say, hey, I've been doing this for the last 12 years. This has kept me sober. Hey, man, give me what you got. Right? That's what I want. So since 2010, guys, warriors, ladies, gentlemen, since 2010, I have been hitting recovery nonstop, daily, progress, not perfection, tackling my post-traumatic stress disorder, tackling my alcoholism. Well, I'm never going to be recovered from drinking. Rest assured of that. Till the day I die, I'm going to be an alcoholic. Do I shy away from parties now? No. Now I surround myself with people that don't offer me alcohol, knowing my situation. Now they don't know my situation, and I tell them I don't drink, and they understand it, then yeah, we can continue to hang out. But if it ever gets past that where they know my situation, they're continuously offering me, it's the last time I'm going to hang out with them. Right? It's not in my best interest. It's not in their best interest. There's been nothing but miracles since I gotten sober. Has life happened? Absolutely, life has happened. But it's been nothing but miracles. Since I got sober, I got to promote to sergeant. Well, I got to keep my fucking job, let alone thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Right? Got to keep my job. Promoted a sergeant. Promoted to lieutenant. Became alarmist response instructor. A T4T trainer. Hostage negotiator. Tactical operator for the crisis response team. Crisis response team commander. Public information officer. I got to travel to Jamaica, to Paris, to Canada, to New York, San Francisco, Normandy, Germany, Sweden, or was it Switzerland? Switzerland, Despensa, not Sweden, and Rome. Right, all because I was sober. When before I couldn't even get past the bottom of a fucking 40. I couldn't see past the bottom of the fucking bag of a 40. I got 2 offices in this house, right? One, my wife hijacked from me. She'd be getting mad that I'd be saying the truth, like, "Oh, you're talking bad about me again." I had an office before. My wife hijacked it from me. That is the truth, right? Holy shit, that's the fucking truth. I used to have an office. It's no longer my office. Anyhow, I had these things going up on the wall, right? There's this one, and then there's this one. Every year I get a token. Just looking back, reflecting, right? I don't ever go into that room and just stare at these. They're up there. So it says 24 hours, right? I remember when I had my 24 hours of sobriety. Fucking bewildered animal. 1 month of recovery. Your boy had to have been in rehab. Remember, rehab was the best sleep I ever got, man. Just so tired. So tired of fighting. So tired of fleeing. So fucking tired, man. I don't know what happened to this one. It fell off. Probably the 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then my year. My year. It's a huge accomplishment, but 2 days was a big accomplishment for me. I could not even go 2 days without drinking. 2 years, 3 years, about the 3 year mark, 4 year mark, your boy down lost his fucking mind, man. Arguing with my wife, fucking flipping out, losing my mind. Called my sponsor up and said, hey, man, I don't understand. I got 3 years of sobriety. Why the fuck am I feeling like this? He said, Hector, it's quality, not quantity. Boom. The light bulbs had went off. I was not practicing my principles in all my affairs. Right? I wasn't being selfless. I wasn't doing the do's and don'ting the don'ts. Just kind of going through the motions, expecting osmosis to happen. You can't stay sober off of yesterday's sobriety. For me, it's every day, 1 day at a time. And I've seen it work for me and countless others. So we hit the 4 year mark, 5 year mark. At some point, I get married. At some point, what is this? 6, 7, 8. See, as you can see, I left off at 8, right? I have 13 years today. So I got to go on Amazon and get some more little tokens. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 more, don't trip. And then I had a beautiful daughter, right? But before that, we had the miscarriage. I told you guys life has happened. I didn't drink throughout the miscarriage. While working at that toxic ass prison, and I do mean toxic with a capital T, I didn't drink. Never came home and popped a cold beer open. I didn't do it. I couldn't do it. Drinking's not an option for me. Losing my sister-in-law on this date, no less, 10/31, 2020. Think I had 10 years at the time, and I had to put my sobriety and my 10-year birthday aside to be there for my family, to be there for my wife. And that felt the right thing to do. That's what had to be done. That's what this program teaches me. Get out of self. Help others. Clean house. You would be amazed at what happens when you transform your life in a manner that I have done and countless other people have done. You'd be amazed when you're not lying, cheating, and stealing. What can happen? What you put into the universe is what you get back. I am extremely grateful today for you guys, for myself, for my family, for all my experiences, good and bad, for my sobriety, if I didn't already say that, which comes first and foremost. I might end it like this, coming up on 30 minutes. It's a good fucking lesson. I might end it like this. For me, sobriety is number one. Will always be number one. Hector, what the hell? You got a daughter. Sobriety will always be number one. This is why. Without sobriety, I have absolutely fucking nothing. Trust me, I have nothing. I turn into a monster. I've also heard in rehab, a slip. Sobriety, last in priority. That everything you put in front of your sobriety is what you're going to start losing first. Your boy cannot afford to do that, right? Now, I know since I've come out on the YouTube, I talk about prison, I talk about war, I talk about this, I talk about that. But ultimately, my goal is to help others that are still fucking struggling. And I don't give a fuck what background, excuse my language, I got to clean that up a lot. But I don't care what background, right? I'm not here to judge. If you're struggling, right, putting my hand out there. With that, keep pushing forward.